Deep beneath modern Iran lies a discovery that's shaking the foundations of ancient history. A massive Persian library, lost for over 2,000 years, might have finally been found. The secrets within could change everything we know about the ancient world. The story of how this massive library disappeared is like a historical detective story. Around 330 BCE, Alexander the Great's armies swept through Persepolis, the grand capital of Persia. In what historians call a tragic twist, the entire library went up in flames. Some say it was an accident during wild celebrations. Others believe it was revenge for Persia burning Athens years before. The real kicker? The library held thousands of texts written on special clay tablets and parchment, covering everything from star maps to poetry. Most of these texts were unique copies, meaning when they burned, those stories and discoveries were lost forever. The fire was so intense that it left behind melted clay tablets, silent witnesses to that fateful night that changed the course of human knowledge. The lost Persian library wasn't just full of dusty old books, it was packed with amazing knowledge that would blow our minds today. Ancient Persian scholars wrote about advanced mathematics, creating some of the first star maps we know about. They had medical texts explaining cures and treatments, poetry that told epic stories, and detailed records of how they built their incredible cities. The really exciting part? They might have had information about civilizations we've completely forgotten about. Imagine finding a book that talks about a whole ancient kingdom we never knew existed. They also wrote about practical things like farming techniques, water systems, and trade routes. These weren't just simple notes either. The Persians were known for their detailed record-keeping and careful observations. Some historians think they might have even had early versions of stories we know today, like parts of the Arabian Nights. Fast forward to today, where cutting-edge technology is helping us peek into the past like never before. Using ground-penetrating radar and advanced imaging systems, archaeologists have spotted something extraordinary: a network of chambers hidden deep under the ancient ruins of Persepolis. These aren't just random caves, they show signs of careful construction, with organized spaces that match historical descriptions of the lost library. The imaging reveals rooms roughly the size of tennis courts connected by long corridors. What's really exciting is that these chambers seem to be sealed off, potentially protecting whatever's inside from damage. The technology has picked up what appears to be rows of storage areas, exactly where ancient texts describe the library being located. These findings have archaeologists practically jumping with excitement, as they might have finally found what historians have been searching for over 2 millennia. Finding this hidden library was like solving a giant puzzle, with researchers following a trail of ancient breadcrumbs. They started by studying old Persian texts that mentioned the library's location relative to other buildings in Persepolis. These descriptions, combined with architectural clues carved into surviving walls, helped narrow down the search area. The real game changer came from studying ancient tax records and building permits. Yes, the Persians had those too. These documents revealed that a massive construction project took place exactly where we now see these underground chambers. What's fascinating is that the builders used special techniques to protect against fire and flooding, suggesting they were storing something incredibly valuable. The final piece of evidence came from broken clay tablets found nearby, which seemed to be catalogue numbers for organizing scrolls. The Persian kings weren't just rulers, they were serious book collectors who saw knowledge as power. Each king added their own special collection to the library, from Darius the Great's astronomy books to Xerxes' collection of world maps. The royal family had their own private reading room where they studied everything from battle strategies to poetry. We know this because surviving records show the kings hired hundreds of scholars to translate texts from all over their empire. They gathered books from Babylon, Egypt, and even India, making their library an ancient version of the internet. The kings were especially interested in prophecies and predictions. They kept detailed records of dreams, omens, and star patterns. They believed this knowledge helped them make better decisions for their empire. What's really cool is that the kings didn't just collect books, they actually wrote some themselves, sharing their ideas about leadership and life. In a strange twist of fate, the very disasters that usually destroy ancient sites might have helped preserve this library. When Alexander's armies burned Persepolis, parts of the building collapsed, creating a protective layer of rubble over the underground chambers. Then, several earthquakes over the centuries pushed the ruins even deeper into the ground. The dry climate of Iran helped too. It's perfect for preserving ancient materials like clay tablets and parchment. The stone walls of the chambers were built with special drainage systems that kept water away from the precious scrolls. Even more amazing, the layers of ash from the Great Fire actually helped preserve some materials by creating an airtight seal. The heat from the fire also accidentally baked some clay tablets, making them as hard as modern ceramics. The underground chambers have revealed more than just traces of ancient texts. They're a treasure trove of unexpected finds. The radar scans show outlines of what appear to be musical instruments, suggesting the library wasn't just about reading. There are signs of ancient measuring tools, star tracking devices, and even what might be early versions of calculators. Small storage rooms contain traces of minerals and herbs, hinting at a collection of medical samples. The really exciting finds are the metal containers sealed with special resins. They might have protected scrolls from damage. Tiny fragments of gold and silver suggest some books had fancy decorations, showing just how much the Persians valued their knowledge. Most surprising are the children's toys found near study areas, painting a picture of a living, breathing place where families gathered to learn. This discovery could completely change how we see ancient Persian science and technology. The early signs suggest the Persians were far more advanced than we thought. The library appears to contain detailed star maps that could show they tracked planets and predicted eclipses centuries before we thought possible. There's evidence of complex mathematical formulas written on clay tablets and what looks like early designs for advanced water systems. Some researchers think they've spotted outlines of medical diagrams that might reveal surgical techniques we didn't know existed back then. The really exciting part is that these texts might show how Persian scholars shared ideas with other ancient civilizations, creating a network of knowledge that spread from China to Greece. If we can confirm these findings, we'll need to update our history books to give ancient Persia its rightful place as a major center of early science. The discovery has sparked a worldwide rush of excitement in the academic community. Scholars from over 30 countries have already applied to join the research team, bringing together experts in ancient languages, archaeology, and advanced scanning technology. Universities from Tokyo to Toronto are offering their best equipment and brightest minds to help unlock these ancient secrets. The potential findings could fill huge gaps in our understanding of ancient mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. What's really catching everyone's attention is the possibility of finding missing links between Eastern and Western scientific traditions. Some researchers believe these texts might reveal how ideas traveled between ancient civilizations, showing connections we never knew existed. The site has become a meeting point for scholars who usually work in different fields, creating new ways of studying the ancient world. Even with all our modern technology and research, this ancient library still keeps many secrets. The biggest mystery is what happened to the thousands of texts that weren't destroyed in the fire. Some historians think they were moved before the city fell. Another puzzle is the strange symbols found on the chamber walls that don't match any known ancient writing. Then there's the question of the library's true size. The underground chambers we've found might be just a small part of a much larger complex. We're also wondering about the unusual materials used to build the storage rooms. They seem too advanced for their time. Most exciting is the mystery of the sealed metal containers. What's inside them, and why were they hidden so carefully? Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through ancient Persia's lost knowledge. The mystery continues to unfold, and we'll keep you updated. If you enjoyed this historical adventure, hit like, subscribe, and share with fellow history lovers.